why compliments are so much harder to accept than criticism. It's a weird one. Let's say somebody criticizes you mildly, like nothing brutal. Just say, "Hey, I think you could have handled that better." And most people can sit with that, like not comfortably, obviously, but they can sit with it. They can nod, maybe a little defensive, but like they can process it. Now, somebody compliments you genuinely, hey, like that was really good. I mean it, and watch that. What happens? Like what people actually do with that sentence. Like they usually deflect it immediately. Like, oh, like it was nothing. I got lucky. Like you're just saying that because we are friends, and it feels like some kind of reflexive little parry, as if the compliment was an offensive move, but you had to parry it out. And I find that really strange because if you think about it just for even a second, like that reaction just makes no logical sense at all. Imagine doing that with an actual gift, like someone hands you really nice sweater and and you say like no, you're wrong, like this sweater is bad, like you start arguing with them, like and take it back, like that would be insane. Like nobody does that with objects, but we do it constantly with praise. So why is it so much easier to accept you messed up than you did well? I think part of it, and this is the boring, obvious part, is that criticism at least confirms something you already suspected. Like you already have this low hum of self doubt running in the background at all time. And when someone criticizes you, it's like, yeah, okay, like it's all right. Like I knew that part, like that tracks, that fits the model, the version of myself I already have of myself. And it's consistent, it's certain. It doesn't really require you to update anything. It just slides into play its own place. But a compliment, otherwise, like it is asking you to revise the model. It's handing you a piece of evidence that contradicts the story you've been telling yourself, and now you have two options. You can either update the story, which is effortful and kind of destabilizing, or you can just reject the evidence to keep the story intact, saying like just like I said, they're just saying it because they are trying to be nice, or we don't even know each other well. Like he couldn't have 100% meant that compliment. Like rejecting the evidence is just a lot easier. Like it's cognitively cheaper to say no, you're wrong about me, than to say, oh, like maybe I need to see myself differently, which is such a strange thing when you say it out loud. Like we would rather protect an inaccurate, might be inaccurate version of ourselves, familiar version of ourselves, than accept somewhat of an accurate but unfamiliar one, giving all the excuses and counter arguments as to why it has to be not true, those compliments. But also, excuse me, I think something like about compliments that feels like depth. Like when someone says something genuinely nice to you, there's this immediate pressure of, okay, like now what? Like now I owe you something, and now I owe them something. A compliment back, or the burden of living up to it the next time, or just the discomfort of being perceived that closely and that positively. Praise says, I see you of being seen, like apparently is often its own specific flavor of uncomfortable. And I think it's connected to something I've talked about before, like once before, which is this idea that being noticed at all is scarier than most people seem to even admit. Like criticism is a kind of noticing too, but it's just noticing with distance. Like someone's kind just judging you. I mean, evaluating you from the outside, keeping their judgment separate from you. But a real compliment collapses that distance. It's someone saying, "I like this specific trait about you," which is a lot more like a much more intimate act than criticism ever is. And intimacy, even good intimacy, even wanted intimacy, is just harder to sit really still for. I also wonder if it's a controlled thing, like criticism weirdly gives you some kind like more control. Like you can respond to criticism. You can explain yourself, defend yourself, adjust or argue back. There's something with it. It just puts the ball back in your court. But a compliment doesn't give you any of those. Like it just sits there. It's finished. There's no more move. You don't need to do anything. So deflecting the compliment is a way of finding something to do with a moment, but otherwise just asks you to be still and just let it land. And maybe the deepest layer of this, and I don't know if this is true for everyone, but it feels true at least for me, is that accepting a compliment means on some level agreeing that you're allowed to feel good about yourself, like not performing modesty, not managing how you would come across to other people, how you'd be perceived by others, but just actually quietly, like internally agreeing, yeah, like that was good. I did that. I deserved it, some credits. Like even though acknowledging something true about yourself isn't arrogance, like it's just accuracy. It really feels sometimes like you're feeling superior than others just by accepting what's actually truth about yourself. But we've kind of since we were younger, I think we are trained ourselves to treat humility and self erasure in a sense as the same thing, like when they clearly are not. Real humility is being accurate about yourself, the good and even the bad. Like what most people actually do is only be accurate about the bad, like thinking about, oh, like yeah, I know my flaws, as to something it's some kind of a virtue, and they have their things figured out, which clearly is not. Like but otherwise, I mean, how do I say it? Opposite of that, like admitting a strength out loud and actually meaning it, like that part, that's the part that feels and sounds like breaking like unspoken social rule somewhere. So I don't know. I think next time someone says something genuinely nice to you, it's worth noticing the reflex. Like notice how like you talk back to them, or like you're trying to find out something to compliment back. Just let the sentence be true for a second and let it sit there unchallenged, because I also not guilty of this. I just do it every single time whenever someone compliments me. I immediately try my best to find a trait that I like about them, or I just say out loud like, "Oh, I like your eyes," or like, I really love how passionate you are when we are working together, kind of things that really mean nothing. But maybe it's just because I don't have like real friends and I just made a bunch of people who I just met. So so the compliments from them means a lot different from the kind of compliments that you get from your parents or your close ones. So just wanted to share that. And so like just for the conclusion, like see what actually happens, like because I think for a lot of us it's been a really long time since we let a compliment just be there true, just let it slide, just let it sink, and you just tell them, oh, thank you, I appreciate that. So yeah, that's about it in this video, and hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.